Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a sneak peek at our play, Ole Fashion Girl, a two-act stage play by Lola Cooper, adapted from books, spoken word by Cindy, A Dream Come True, and Say It in Poetry by Cindy Calderon. Performances by Tasha Brumfield in the role of DeDee, Joyce Dowling, DeDee 2, Cynthia Perkins in the role of Debbie, Monique Pete, Debbie 2. Long-term friends for 9 years, grew up in Brooklyn public housing. Two girls, known in the neighborhood as twins because of living inside each other's house and being besties. When you saw one, you saw the other. The girls were the same age, 15 years old when friendship began. And even their cute names, Debbie, DeDee, made them a match. While they had so much in common, they were at the same time very different. In fact, they were opposite twins. Debbie loved to study while DeDee loved to party. Even still, they remained best of friends. Only one thing was able to break them apart.
Fear! Fear! Leave me alone. All you try to do is bring me down, down, down. Disseminate my inner strength. Make me feel like I'm not worth it. Isolate and captivate. My mind you try to deactivate.
But I see you, trying to creep up beside me and whisper in my ear, trying to disguise yourself, trying to make me fear. Don't you know? Haven't you heard? I'm stronger than that. Your tactic, absurd. It's like old politics, the strong versus the weak. The struggle with fear, I'm destined to defeat.
I won't be broken. I believe in myself. If I succumb to fear, what else will be left? For my generations, I see afar. All of them, I must set the bar.
So listen up, fear. Just leave me alone. I'm destined for success. It's deep in my bones. So take your negative and your misleading tone and fear, oh fear, just leave me alone.
Act 1, Scene 1. Debbie on phone with Mom.
No, Mom, I am not going to ask DeDee that. I don't believe that for 1 second. That's based on some gossip that you heard. No, I don't believe it. And I really don't want to hear any more about it. That's exactly how our friendship went on track 15 years ago. It all started over some gossip. And now that we're finally trying to mend things, here comes the gossip again? Ma, that makes no sense. DeDee was married all through that time. I know she was married 3 times, but she still was married. And my point is she moved on, and so did James. James was married to Sheila for 9 years. Ma, did you forget what I told you James told me? He said their breakup was because of some other woman, not because of Sheila. Ma, look, okay. Ma, that's not even how you raised me. What about forgiveness, second chances? Ma, DeDee's gonna be here in a few minutes, okay? Can I call you back? Ma, I'll call you back, all right? Okay, Ma, bye. I can't believe it. People are still talking about this imaginary 15-year-old affair. Both James and DeDee were both married to other people all through that time. Don't believe them. It ain't nothing but the old hen's nest.
Hen's nest. Be careful about that old hen's nest. It'll get you caught up in a whole lot of mess. The scene can be awful when the hens start talking. You'll be out on a limb and counting your losses. Here's a hint on how it starts. The hens come together and the clucking start. He said this and she said that. But when the hens start talking, there's never no facts. They'll talk about me and talk about you. They'll talk about the old and talk about the new. They'll talk in your face and behind your back. They talk a bunch of garbage and they never use tact. You wonder how the clucking even started to begin, but remember, with the hens, you never can win. You gotta close your ears and cover your eyes, but beware, hens come in disguise. If you don't chime in, all kinds of you might pass a test. Just stay away from that old hen's nest.
Scene 2. DeDee visits Debbie.
Hey, girl. Good to see you.
You too. Oh my goodness. I love the place. Oh, it's so amazing. The colors, it's so bright.
Thank you, girl. You know I always love my pastel. Some pink with a touch of yellow. But girl, get in here, please. Can I get you something to drink? Some water, tea, cookies?
No, actually, I just had something. I'm fine for now. Maybe later.
Oh my God, it's just been so long. And look at you, you haven't even changed a bit.
Stop.
For real. Oh man, it's been so long and we got so much to catch up on. And I want you to tell me everything. And don't leave one bit out, not one bit.
Me? No, I may not have much to tell. I want to hear all about you. It looks like you and James are doing quite well for yourselves. I guess being the CEO of Black Phones R Us is really paying off, huh?
You know about that? You know about James's company?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, Debbie. I didn't mean to blurt that out, but you know how news travels in the old neighborhood. Whether you're doing bad or you're doing good, everybody knows about it. You know how it is.
I guess.
Oh, that's right. You got away and you stayed away. You probably forgot all about us in the old neighborhood. I didn't even know that you and James had even stayed in touch.
Well, you know, actually, it's not been too long. I guess it's been like, what, 3 years that we got back together? You know, everything just fell right back into place, so we went ahead and got married. We figured we had already wasted enough time.
Well, he's always loved you anyway. I mean, the whole time he was with Sheila, it was you that he really wanted.
You say that with such conviction, like you really know what you're talking about. But you know about James and Sheila's relationship? You seem to know an awful lot. Like, how much did you and James stay in touch?
I wouldn't say we stayed in touch. I mean, we ran into each other a few times. Spoke on the phone, a little bit here and there, bits and pieces, but nothing too heavy. I mean, anyways, I must have been right. You two are married. And Debbie, I'm so sorry that I wasn't at your wedding. I mean, it's just something that we talked about since we were young. I'm really sorry about just the way things turned out, and of all the things to miss, I'm really sorry about that day the most. I know how much it meant to you.
Well, you know, married we are. I think James and I just was meant to be, you know, and I think that I loved him all these years. You know what? And DeDee, I do forgive you. All right? We were younger back then. We said that we did things we shouldn't have. But, you know, I feel it's time for, you know, all of us just to go forward. Because we, too, have missed 15 years. And I want us to just go forward.
I appreciate that. I do. But before we can move forward, I need to tell you that I'm sorry.
You did.
No, just let me finish.
All right.
I hurt you, and you had every right to be angry, to end the friendship. I betrayed you. What happened was my fault. It's just, I know you looked at me and on the outside, yeah, everything looked great, right? Always had a date for Friday night. You know, I had my shoes, I had my bags. But sometimes what you didn't know is on the inside, I felt like nothing. I mean, only I knew the pain that I learned to mask so well. Only I knew that sometimes I just wanna.
Sometimes I just wanna moan, yelp out my emotions, bellow and groan. Stir my feelings and throw them in a pot. Stomp out the pressure and make the badness stop. Scream out the words, clear my mind. Cry out the troubles and leave them behind. Close my eyes, throw my hands up, wrap up anxiety, and close the door shut. And when I finish, throw my Kleenex away and dig deep, deep down for my strength to face a new day.
Well, listen, it's getting late. I think I better be going. I'm sure. Oh, yeah, it's really getting late. I'm sure James is not ready for me in his house.
Oh, girl, no, please. James will be fine. He'll be glad to see you.
No, I really gotta go. It's been nice though. I'll talk to you. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Scene 3. It's Mom.
No, Mom. She's not here. She had an appointment to get to. Oh, Mom. Once again, it had nothing to do with James. Look, what's been happening? Did you go shopping? Okay. And what's happened with your favorite TV program? Glamour Grannies. Did Amy leave Blake for Boston? And what's happening with Taja? Did she go to the excursion with Leroy? What's been happening, Mom? I need an update.
Debbie, you were the stay in the books one. Take your time one. Stay at home one. Budget your money one. All I did was envy you. You did everything right. You were the strong one. Debbie, you had it all.
I don't believe people are still talking about the past, feeding their imagination with this 15-year-old affair. Both James and DeDee were married all through that time. It's ridiculous. And Mom, she's caught up in it too. Old woman with nothing better to do. I don't care what they say. I know one thing. I am not going back. And I definitely don't want to live the past.
The whiskey woman. What if I were her? The whiskey woman. The woman with a built-in shot glass. The one with the chaser in the cup. I would turn up that bottle of Jack Daniels, that is. Burping and slurping my way through life. Living in the pea pot of the local drunk, saying hi to everyone who walked past me. They know me, and I know them. I'm the neighborhood whiskey woman. Street knowledge certified. Bloodshot eyes and a liver full of holes, but I got a heart of gold. Wouldn't hurt a fly. I'll drink whiskey till the day I die. You can't hate me. You want to be me, but you can't. You got too much pride to live life outside. Shame written on your shoulder. Your mama probably told you, don't be like the whiskey woman. Keep your business out the street. Act decently. After all, you is a lady. But Mama, what's that smell? Is what you would yell. As Mama took a swig and hid it under her wig and said, child, that's my medicine. Hard to cope. Your daddy ain't no joke. The way he cheats on me with the lady up the street, this is my feel-good juice. Makes me feel loose. Like I could glide through life. Hide behind the pain. Erase all the shame. Mama, you's a whiskey woman. It makes no difference which way the bottle's spent. You got the same dress. Just can't confess. You drink early, she drink at night. Pointing fingers, but some pointing back at you. Mama, is that what you do? You're no different from a chick who hang with 5 men. Y'all both need hope. A way to cope from that whiskey. Evidently, with each swallow, there's masked pain, but it all remains the same. There's no difference in time spent. Yes, fingers pointed back at you, judging the things you do. The whiskey woman, the inner blueprint, the sins we commit, the mirror we see when our hearts start to bleed. The whiskey woman, our personal checkpoint. Judge not the image on the outside if it's the image on the inside. Reflect and check what you do. The whiskey woman could be you.
James, why are you so upset? What's wrong? And why are you yelling? What's happening, James, and where are you going?
I cried because things ain't right. Reckoning should come at a cost. Marriage is a myth, and truth is divorce. A bucket is not enough to carry all these tears. Safety don't exist for the carrier of fears.
Fear. All you want to do is bring me down, down, down. Disseminate my inner strength. Make me feel I'm not worth it. Isolate and captivate. My mind you try to deactivate. But I see you, trying to creep up beside me and whisper in my ear, trying to make me fear. Don't you know? Haven't you heard? I am stronger than that. Your tactic absurd. It's like old politics. The strong versus the weak. The struggle with fear, I'm destined to defeat. I won't be broken. I believe in myself. If I succumb to fear, what else will be left? My generations I see from afar. For all of them, I must set the bar. So listen up, fear. Just leave me alone. I'm destined for success. It's deep in my bones. So take your negative and your misleading tone and fear, oh fear, just leave me alone.
Safety don't exist for the carrier of fears. I cried on my pillow the other night. I cried because things ain't right.
Mom, actually right now is not a good time. James and I had an argument. No, he's not here. He went out. Old-fashioned kind of girl. I'm just an old-fashioned kind of girl. I believe girls should wear curls. I believe summers should be long. I think you should cover that thong. Pants should be pulled up, and vicious gangs should not exist. I mean, am I crazy? Is there something that I miss? I believe in home-cooked meals, and I believe on Sundays, you should rep those heels. I believe in the husband and in the wife, and I believe kids should be tucked in at night. But whatever happened to the switch in the rod? And since when did we stop cooking chicken with lard? Yeah, them days, the press and the curl. I believe in the old-fashioned world, candy stores and parks and double Dutch ropes and good old neighborhoods with like Fort Greene and Park Slope. You remember the neighbors that would say, good morning to you? And what you wore? It didn't have to be new. The Kojak, the soap opera kind of days. The days when friends came by just to play some spades. Teachers played their part not different than parents. And crimes were committed, they were much more transparent. Yeah, them days, them old-fashioned kind of days. How I wish those days could be replayed. I have no choice but to change with this world, but I sure do miss being an old-fashioned kind of girl.
Thank you for watching this preview of our show, Ole Fashion Girl, written by Lola Cooper, poetry by Cindy Calderon. Our cast in the role of DeDee, Tasha Brumfield, DeDee 2, Joyce Dowling, and in the role of Debbie, Cynthia Perkins, Debbie 2, Monique Wapique. Please stay tuned for more information, including info on our full stage production to be announced soon. Thanks.